What's up, everyone? It's your boy Matt Diazzo coming at you with a new album review, and today I am checking out the band Oceano with their album Living Chaos. If you don't know who Oceano are, they are a deathcore band based out of Chicago, Illinois, and have been doing it since about 2006. I discovered them back in 2008 with their album Depths and the song District of Misery, which I think a lot of people really got into them because they had that heavy bass tune, fast drumming, huge vocals, and just extremely fast and hard riffs. And since then, I've been a fan of this band, and they put out a couple albums since then. I think about 4 or 5 albums. There have been some albums where I liked a little bit more than others. It's been very up and down, but overall, they've been a very consistent band. And with this latest album, Living Chaos, I feel like they are, experimenting a little bit more with their sound and trying to push themselves a little bit further. And I gotta say, the band is experimenting and trying to push themselves further with their sound. And with the album being called Living Chaos, I feel like that's a good representation of what this album is, because it's an overall okay album, but it does have a bit of a chaotic tone to it, I feel. It's a little bit all over the place. I feel like this album is a mix of different genres, and you get like either, some okay deathcore songs or some more cool and experimental songs that they don't really explore a lot. Like, they have some cool moments, but I feel like they could have expanded on them and had some really cool and interesting songs, but they end up being a bit like half-baked and not feeling fully complete. Because the band is like mixing like gent style music, deathcore, and some ambient like music to like switch things up a little bit. And so at times you do get some classic Oceano like heavy deathcore-ness, but those moments where they're experimenting a little bit, man, they just feel really cool, but like not fully explored. I gotta say that, the one thing that I kind of wish was a little bit more fleshed out was the guitars, because they felt like they had a lot of potential here with those creepy and eerie ambient riffs they had on here. I just wanted more of that, and I just felt like I got small appetizers and didn't get full on like meals with those riffs that they were making here. Like on the interlude, I feel like the ambient sounds that they were creating here could have been like used and utilized better here if they had some more harder riffs in there, or just some more interesting feelings to it. Because like on their last album, they had a song called Final Form. It's just an interlude song, and it just was so mesmerizing and captivating. And I thought this interlude, like the music in it, there's some potential to it, but it just feels kind of wasted. So I want to play a clip of that interlude for you, so you can get a sense of those ambient like sounds and guitars they're playing on here. Oh, I really wanted something more out of this, because I feel like something could have been cool, like some alien-like music or something awesome could have been made there. Now, when the riffs aren't just chugging away, they can have a nice whimsical and hypnotic feel to them, like on the songs Mass Produced, Darkness Rising, or Living Chaos. They, like I said, the ambient sound they have here at times really sounds cool, but it just needs to be fleshed out a little bit more. So I'll play a clip of Darkness Rising so you can get a sense of those whimsical riffs they have here. There's something there that they could have tapped into, I think. I just like how all the riffs have like a haunting vibe to them throughout those songs I talked about. And, there are some moments where the riffs are very heavy, like on The Price of Pain, but they don't seem as interesting as all the other tracks with their whimsical and ambient sounds. Outside the guitars, you're kind of getting some okay and standard deathcore music here with like really fast drumming that's like using a lot of triggers, some really deep, harsh, guttural vocals, and some heavy, deep bass playing. And by all means, it's not bad or anything. It's just a little bit by the books. I feel like the heavy parts on this album have either been done before, or, like Oceano's older work is a little bit more impressive than what's being put here. The drums feel very tight and impressive, especially when they're not using as many triggers like on the song Mass Produced. because when they use all those triggers, it feels like the album and the songs feel a little bit too clean and a bit soulless. And I will say though that the drums at times do have an impressive sound to it and like some good drum fills, especially on the song "The Price of Pain" or "Darkness Rising." They got some good chops there that at times sound pretty good. So I'll play a clip of the "Price of Pain" for you. Not bad, yeah. The vocals here, I gotta say, are quite visceral and have a raw feel to it, and just sound like Adam, like always. He's able to sound very consistent, like on the songs "Wounds Never Healed" and "Into the Flames." He's sounding big, he's sounding bold, and I would say the best performance for him is on the song "The Price of Pain." The vocals sound really dirty in a great way, with the way he's just doing all his signature vocal fries. And with those vocal fries on "The Price of Pain," I gotta say, they're very clear. They're not as heavy, but they sound very professional. And overall, the band sounds very like they sound like old Oceano on that song, and it just sounds great. Lyrically, I don't think too many things are like pushing the genre forward here. There's nothing really too new about it, but I would say what's being said here feels quite relatable to everything that's going on in the world. One aspect about the album that kind of bothered me a little bit was the bass playing here. Outside of Mass Produced and Wasted Life, it never really felt like the bass was really heard or felt throughout the whole album, and it kind of felt a little bit forgotten. And this album, it kind of feels like it's not really Oceano. It feels like another band like Silent Planet trying to be Oceano or something like that. Because like I said, just as I was listening to this album, it just felt a little bit off. Things didn't really feel fleshed out, and it just wasn't them at their best, I think. So it feels like an album with a lot of different directions and ideas going on here, but nothing really stuck the landing on it. So you get a lot of mixed match songs on here that are either just okay or pretty good. Nothing amazing, but fortunately nothing too horrible or bad. And if you compare it to their other work, maybe it's not their best work, but maybe it's not at the top of a lot of people's list, maybe. But I would still give this album from Oceano decent and okay, 7 out of 10. Links down below. Check out this new album from Oceano. They've been doing a lot of work. They've been working really hard. Give them the praise they deserve. And like always, guys, I will see you in the pit. Good things about you. Cool and warm. Good things about you.